Hey everyone, it's Nye and welcome to another episode of Nye's Growing Space, the YouTube channel. So if you are a first time viewer, this is your first time tuning in, my mission is to share my growth journey in hopes to inspire you on your journey. So every day I post a dose of growth motivational video that is something for you to just take with you on your day to think about and to potentially help you grow. And I talk about various topics such as marriage, relationships, parenting, mental health, and pretty much all things growth and the aspects of my life. So today's dose of growth is your kids are watching you. And what that means is they're watching everything that we do. We talk a lot as parents. We tell our kids, no, stop, don't do this, do that, do this, do that. We are talking to our kids all day long and telling them what to do. However, although our kids may or may not be listening to us, they are also watching us. They are watching our actions. They are paying attention to what we do, and they are also paying attention to what we say to see if it matches up. If we say, hey, every day we're going to do this, and stick to it, and then we don't, your kid is watching that. Your kid is paying attention to a lot of different things that we may not be thinking about, or we may not even be aware of. So this dose of growth is just a reminder, because most parents should or may already know this, but some parents may not be aware of this. So this is just a reminder that we need to show our kids how to be instead of telling them. So something that bothers me the most, there's a saying that just really just irritates me, and that's do as I say, not as I do. I heard this, oh my gosh, all my life growing up as a kid, and now that I'm an adult, now that I'm a parent, and I see the difference and I know the meanings of those, of that saying, it's just a complete and total cop out as a parent, in my opinion, for you to tell your child to do as you say, not as you do. I remember as a kid, and still now, my mom would always tell me, like, I don't want you to be like me. Be better than me. I don't want you to look up to me. I want you to look up, to someone else that's better than who I am. I want you to be better. She would tell me that all the time. Just be better than her. Now, I'm not saying that your kid is going to mirror you 100%. There are those instances and those cases where you as a kid, so me being a kid, I took a totally different route from my parents. My brother took a totally different route from my parents. But there are children that continue the cycle of their family, of their generation, of everything that they're going through, of alcoholism, of abuse, of addiction, all of those different things that take place. There are a lot of people that continue that family cycle. And so the do as I say and not as I do, yes, we can say whatever we want. We can tell our kids to do X, Y, and Z. We can tell, I think one of the greatest examples is of us telling our kids to do something, but we lack it as well. And that's telling your kid to be patient. When your kid doesn't want to wait for anything, or they're hungry right now, they want to eat right now, or there's some candy that they want, or there's a toy that they want to open, and it just has to be done right now. And we yell at them, just be patient, just wait. Oh my gosh, you have no patience. I know for me, I tell my daughter all the time, be patient. Have all of these long talks. She want to go spend her money right away. If you don't know, I have an 8-year-old daughter. The only kid I have. And so been a mother for 8 years, and I've been going through all of these stages, and I find myself always telling her to be patient. However, I've noticed that not really many people, including myself, have patience. So how can I tell my daughter all the time that she needs to be patient, that she needs to practice patience, but I'm not patient? How does she learn how to be patient if nobody can teach her? So I can tell her all day long, to be patient, but that's not telling her how to be patient. As parents, a lot of times we fail to realize that until our kid gets to a certain point of maybe visiting, get to a certain age to where they visit, friend's house, or they have the ability to experience different families and different cultures and different things like that, the only example and the only reality that they have is right in their household. As for an example, I have one child, she's 8, and most of the time she's around her family. So everything she learns, how to act, how to behave, how to speak, all of these things she learns from the people that she's around the most, which is her family, which is her parents, her aunts, her uncles, her grandparents. So you will notice that I know for the longest time when, we go to parent-teacher conference, the teachers will say she's very articulate, she's very vocal, and she talks really well. And that's because she's around adults a lot. So she's learning how to speak. She speaks when we don't speak proper English, when we are talking, in slang and, just how we speak. That's the same thing she does. But as parents, especially when our kids are little and, our kids repeat some of the same things, we think it's so cute. But that's actually an example of they're paying attention and they're watching very closely to what we are doing. And it's so easy for us to just tell our kids to do something. It's so easy to tell them to be patient. It's so easy to tell them to calm down. It's so easy to tell them that they're overreacting, that they're being emotional. But you have to remember that there was one point in your life where you was that age, and then probably still currently in your life, you still have those emotions. You still have where, those times where you're impatient. You still have those times where you're moody and don't feel like talking. And we have to remember that our kids still go through those same things. Just because they're kids, just because they're smaller, does not mean they're human, does not mean they don't have feelings. It does not mean that they are not watching and doing everything that they see us doing. So my dose of growth, or something that I want you to take with you, is to start working on yourself. Yes, still talk to your kids, still try to lead them in the right direction, but take it a step further. If you grew up and you was raised on do as I say, not as I do, and that irritates you and you don't believe in that, then it's time to take it a step further. It's time to start showing our kids how to be. It's time to start showing our kids and being the example for our kids, not allowing someone else to be the example for our kids, not allowing our kids to look up to another adult that can potentially lead them down the wrong path. Show them how hard of a worker you are. Show them that you are working on yourself. Like I said, my example is I tell my daughter to be patient all the time, but I lack patience. So every single day I work on my patience. I work on my patience with her so that way she can see I'm trying. I know it's hard to practice patience. I know it's hard to be patient, but it's possible because I'm doing it. There will come a time in your kid's life where they are going to call you out if they're bold enough. It just depends on what type of kids you have. Now, I know for me and I know for my kid, I know that if I do not start leading by example, my daughter will call us out on it. There will come a day if I'm telling her, you shouldn't be eating this, you shouldn't be eating that. She's going to be like, well, you eat that too. You do that. And there has been times where she actually has already called me out. And that has let me know that, okay, she's watching. And I'm the type of parent that if you're speaking facts, you're speaking facts. And so my daughter doesn't necessarily get in trouble for, basically calling her parents out. If she's calling us out, it's, we have the type of family environment where we hold each other accountable. So that is your dose of growth for today. I don't want to keep you guys longer. The dose of growth is supposed to be 10 minutes or less. So if you found value in this video, that means somebody else would find value in the video. And remember, your kids are watching, so lead by example. You can subscribe and share this video and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you.